Just forget about last season.
It's definitely a new team.
We can be a better team.
Oh, Il Mago getting nasty! Leaving it for DeRozan. It's dynamite! Out on the run, DeRozan has wings. Sonny having fun.
We young, we fierce, now we get up and down.
DeRozan flying in and throws it down. There you go, young fella. Oh, Amir Johnson.
We should be a pretty exciting team.
Here's DeRozan and a hammer.
Hello again, basketball fans. This is the Toronto Raptors team preview on NBA TV. I am Rick Camlin. He is Steve Smith. And that man is Dennis Scott. The Raptors get 30 minutes. Last year, the Toronto Raptors 40-42. The Bulls 41-41. So Toronto missed out on the playoffs by one little game. 9-18 in their final 27. Fifth in the NBA in scoring. But they gave up more than they scored, and thus they lost more than they won. Expectations clearly have changed in Toronto without Chris Bosh, and here is Jose Calderon on his thoughts on the 2010-11 season.
We are a different team. We can be a better team. I think everybody can be better. We can play more as a team because we don't have that star who sometimes hold the ball. You got to run plays for him, So I think it can be good for all the young people, and we got that. We are young people. We got talent.
The expectation is do a good job, and go to the playoffs, My job here, I think, is help the team, to go somewhere. And I'm glad to be here. Exciting time for me right now. I think last year, young teams really don't mean nothing. I think Oklahoma really showed that. I think we could be an Oklahoma of the East to really prove a lot of people wrong with the talent we have.
You saw Leandro Barbosa wearing a Raptors jersey. That's right. He is now in Toronto. The trade involving Hedo Turkoglu in the offseason. Hedo goes to Phoenix. Barbosa goes to Toronto. Linus Glazer, a fantastic ad for this team. An offer sheet signed from the Denver Nuggets, and he is now a Raptor. David Anderson brought over. Julian Wright traded for Marco Bellinelli. Ed Davis was their first-round pick. Solomon Alabi, he was a late get for them in the draft. He's a shot blocker. He's a nice player. And obviously Chris Bosh out. Antoine Wright gone as well with Hedo Turkoglu. The projected, I want to stress projected starting lineup for the Raptors. I mean, we're good. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And yes, Reggie Evans is starting at the 4 right now. I know they gave Amir Johnson a ton of money in the offseason, but they had to bring him back. He's coming off behind Reggie Evans right now. The 1 is the position that's in flux right now. Jose Calderon has been starting most of the games in the preseason, but as you know, Jarrett Jack started a lot of games last year. He's a starting caliber player. That looks like a 50-50 split at point guard.
Well, Jay, so many changes this year, probably more than I can ever remember in the NBA. As a guy who has now, 7 new players on your roster at Toronto, what has it been like? How do you prepare for a season with so much unknown?
Well, we kind of go through the same thing, and we went through it last year. 9 new players on our roster at training camp, and it's different. But I think we're more familiar with some of the younger players right now, and we like the guys that we have, and we have a mix of veteran guys that have been playing internationally. 3 or 4 guys playing at the World Championships, and they're in good shape, ready to go, and we need to get off to a good start.
All right, notable games for the Raptors this year. February 16th, Chris Bosh and the Heat against the Raptors. And then on February 25th, it is the Barbosa/Turkoglu Bowl. Can't wait for that. And then March 4th and 5th, as we've told you, it is the pair of games from London's O2 Arena. Both can be seen on NBA TV at exactly 3 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, fellas, they missed the playoffs by 1 game last season with Chris Bosh. Now without Chris Bosh, can they make it to the playoffs?
No, they missed the playoffs by probably about 10 games, I think, this year. I think they win about, like I said, a third of the games. The one thing, though, I'm looking to excited about is they will be exciting. They will get up and down. They'll be the Phoenix Suns in the East Coast. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I think if Coach Jay can get them to play hard every night and kind of believe a little bit, they will be more exciting, more competitive. No playoffs.
Some fantasy numbers, huh, Dennis?
You like that, didn't you?
They're going to be scoring a lot of points. There's no doubt about that. And again, I think Glazer is going to have a huge year. Anyway, for Dennis Scott, Steve Smith, and the best crew in television, I'm Rick Camlin. Thanks for watching the Toronto Raptors team preview on NBA TV. See ya.